This question comes up all the time. Why is it that I don't do what I should do? Now, let me introduce you to the pleasure and pain principle. When it comes to conditioning, we have a trigger and we observe the reaction to the trigger. Now, if the trigger is something we associate as positive, we would call it pleasure, and therefore we're more likely to do more of the behavior towards seeking pleasure. Now, the same is true for pain. If we associate a trigger with pain, we're more likely to do less of the behavior, hoping we will receive less of the trigger, which is pain. And this is really just the basics of conditioning. Now, it may vary from person to person of how intense a trigger has to be. Speak how much reward needs to be associated with the threshold of pleasure, and how much punishment needs to be associated with the threshold of pain in order for a person to stop the behavior. So generally speaking, when we're rewarded, we're more likely to repeat the behavior. And when we're punished, we avoid the behavior because we don't want to feel the pain. And here comes the most interesting bit. We will tolerate short-term pain for long-term gain. Now, when it comes to the opposite, meaning avoiding short-term pleasure in order to dodge long-term pain, for 99.999% of the people, this principle doesn't work because our brains are still hijacked by instant pleasure, especially if long-term avoidance of pain cannot be guaranteed. Because if you don't have clarity long-term, short-term always wins. So giving yourself the clarity it takes in order to win long-term requires self-confidence. People who are confident generally know their outcome because they will not take no for an answer. And people who also win long-term know themselves emotionally. They know what can get in the way, and they build the bridges to commit emotionally 100%. Self-confident people also engage with a lot of additional skills, like helping your discipline by building an idiot-proof process that simply won't allow you to backslide. But self-confidence makes all the difference to that process. People follow it because of who they are long-term and not what they want short-term. And this is why you don't do the things you should be doing.